Hello there, my name is Miguel and this is Practice 9, Inputs and Outputs. Well, this practice is very extensive, so I resume the topics in two parts, software and hardware. By the software, we have the types of the inputs outputs, analog, typical analogic inputs and outputs values, the range from minus 10 volts to 0 volts or from 0 volts to 10 volts. Digital, these signals can be only one of two possible states, 1 or 0. And finally, group, this is a chain of bits. So in this case, can be 0, 1 to 16. This chain have ones and zeros. This is using commonly in PLCs. Okay, one concept. This is by hardware, and by the hardware we have concepts importance. These are the rack, slot, channel, and start value. Rack is the physical location in the I/O module of the process or modular I/O that is mounted on the board. If we have doing, for example, a TV, the rack could be all the HDMI to watch a video. The slot is the space in the rack where the modular I/O modules is connected. In this case, slot could be when you connect the TV, for example, and channel is the physical position of the port and I/O process board of the terminal number of the I/O module. This is a specific HDMI. In a TV, we can get, I don't know, 3-4 examples. In this case, channel is physical position, and start value is the port number within the sequence of the board or module. Remember the TV? We have, for example, 3 HDMI, and if we choose the HDMI 1, in this case is port 1. In this case, is the same. Okay, after of this, I'm going to demonstrate these concepts using the simulator. So let's go. Okay, here in the simulator, if we want to configure input-output signals, we need to go menu, I/O. In this case, depend of the type of signal. The most common is digital, analog, or group. In this case, we are going to do digital. And here we have the signals. If we can configure some signal, so just we need to do in config. And here we need to put the range. The range is a sequence. The rack, that is the controller, the slot, and the start, and the other rack and slot. So if we want to activate a signal, just we have to put on, and this is everything. And the other example is how we communicate, for example, using a PLC. So if we want to communicate a robot and a PLC, we need to do menu, I/O, group. This I/O group is because the PLC send a chain of message that receive the robot and vice versa. So to config this, we need to do in config. Again, we need to put the rack, slot, start point, and on points. And finally, we need to simulate and check that everything is correct. This is everything. Thank you.